Hi, I hope you've been having a great day. Today, we will learn about angle pairs. Let's discuss about angle pairs. Let's start. The first angle pair that we have right here are adjacent angles. So before we go and discuss angles pairs, let's have some short review first, okay? Let's review how to name angles. Okay, naming angles. Alright, so naming angles. So for example, I have an angle drawn here. Remember the definition of an angle? An angle is formed when two rays meet at a common point, right? So for example, this is our angle. Our angle here has the following letters, okay? So we have TAC. This angle right here that you can see can be named in three different ways. Okay, we can also write one here. So this can be named as angle TAC. It can also be named as angle CAT. Also angle A and angle 1. So there's four ways to name this angle. But be careful when naming it. Do not, and this angle TCA is incorrect. Okay, this is not right because you should always remember to put the vertex. The vertex is the point of intersection of the two rays. Okay, this is the vertex. The vertex should always be found in the middle. Okay, so our vertex is A, so A should always be written in the middle of the three letters when you use three letters. But if you only use one letter, it's just the vertex itself. This is safe when you only have one angle. Okay, but if your figure has a lot of angles going on, you need to use three letters. Also, when you can see a number labeled inside your angle, you can name it using that number. Alright, so here's the definition. Adjacent angles are a pair of angles with a shared vertex and a common side but do not have overlapping interiors. Say for example, we have this certain figure right here and we need to identify the two angles that are adjacent. Okay, let's identify first the two angles. I'll color the first angle as orange. Okay, so this is the first angle. Alright, so this is the first angle. And the other angle, I'll color it as green. Alright, as you can see, this is the other angle. As you can see, they overlap. They have a common side. This is the common side. Okay, they have a common side and they share. They have a common side and they share a common vertex, which is point D. Alright, so let's put that into words. So we have here are two angles that are said to be adjacent in these figures. Is angle ADB, or you can name it in the other ways that I've taught you or we have reviewed. And then the other angle is angle BDC, okay? So as you can see, they have the same middle letter because they share a common vertex. Alright? So angle ADB and angle BDC are adjacent angles. They share the common vertex. Your common vertex is common vertex. So I'll use C vertex is point D. And the common side is ray DB. Okay? So ray DB is the common side. Alright, so let's continue. We have another figure right here. As you can see, the figure to the right of our first figure, this one, this is not considered to be adjacent, okay? Because they don't have a common vertex. See that? They don't have a common vertex. Alright, let's continue. Again, adjacent angles are angles having the same, having a common side and a common vertex. Okay, so here they named it as angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1 and angle 2, 3 and 4 are not. Okay, let's continue. So complementary angles. Okay, complementary is one of the most important angles in geometry, and you need to remember and not switch it with supplementary. Alright, so complementary angles are angles whose sum is 90 degrees. Okay, whose sum is 90 degrees. Example, this. Okay, if you can see, there is a square symbol. This. See that? This is the symbol for 90-degree angle. Okay, so we say angle 1 and angle 2 forms a 90-degree angle and they are complementary. Or you can say angle AQB and angle BQC are complementary angles. Okay? There are some complementary angles that are adjacent. At the same time, it's adjacent. Okay? So this is a complementary angle that is adjacent. They have a common side and a common vertex. Okay? But this one right here, this is also complementary, but they are non-adjacent. Okay? Non-adjacent. They don't share a common vertex and a common side. Right? Let's continue. The next angle pair is supplementary angles. Okay, a pair of angles whose sum is 180. So right here, the total degree measure, if you add the two angles, is 180. Supplementary is 180 degrees. Complementary is 90 degrees. Alright, let's continue. So we have an example here. As you can see, angle 1 and angle 2 forms a line. And remember, if you see a line, they form a line, this angle AQB, okay, the measure, you can put M before the angle sign, that means the measure. So the measure of angle AQB plus the measure of angle BQC is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore, we say that they are supplementary. Right? Adjacent supplementary angles are also called linear pair. So that means if the two angles are put together and they share a common side, like here, they share a common side and they have a common vertex, then that is said to be linear. It forms a line. Okay? It forms a line. Linear pair. But there are some supplementary angles that are not linear. Okay? When it's not put together, therefore it's non-adjacent angles, but they are also supplementary. Okay? Same with complementary earlier, you remember? Same with complementary. So there's adjacent and complementary angles, and there's non-adjacent complementary angles. And there's also adjacent supplementary angles, which we call specifically as linear pair. Okay, and non-adjacent. Right? Vertical angles. This is one of the most important terms you should remember in geometry. Okay, vertical angles are a pair of angles whose side form opposite rays. What do I mean with that? So for example, this right here, we have angle 1 and angle 3. According to the symbol, it shows that they are vertical angles. They are opposite angles. So when I make another angle right here, for example, I make this figure, alright? The vertical angles that we have is this angle right here. So I could name it as angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles because they are opposite angles. And then this angle, angle 3 and angle 4 are also said to be vertical angles, and they are opposite angles. Okay? So angle 1 and 3 in this figure, and then angle 2 and 4. Okay? Vertical angles are non-adjacent angles formed by intersecting lines. Remember, they are not adjacent. They don't share a common side. They don't share a common side, but they have a common vertex. Okay? Because adjacent angles should have the two requirements. Share a common side, share a common vertex. Okay? So, they are actually non-adjacent. So, Also, vertical angles are congruent. The symbol got distorted. This should be, may I erase that? It should be this form. Okay? Congruent. Like an equal sign and a curly line on top. Okay? This shouldn't be like that. So, vertical angles are congruent. Okay? So, this diagram here. So, what do we mean by congruent? Okay? This symbol, which is read as congruent, also means same in measure or equal. Same or equal in measure. In measure. They have equal measures. Okay? So, angle 1 and 3 are equal in measure. And then, angle 4 and 2 are also equal in measure. Okay, I'll not discuss further the proving here. Alright? But let us always remember vertical angles are congruent. Okay? That has been proven already. Let's go. What's important in geometry? These are the important things you should always remember. First is, there's 4 of them. First is, one complete revolution. So, the starting, for example, there's a point right here, and then it turns around, and the other side would end up like here. Okay, so this angle is 360 degrees. This is one complete revolution. One revolution is 360 degrees. Okay, next. Half revolution, which makes a line, is 180 degrees. 90 degrees is a fourth part of that revolution. And the last one is congruence. Okay, congruence means equal in measure. Okay? So, always remember these 4 things. One complete revolution is 360 degrees. Half of that revolution is 180 degrees. And then a fourth is 90 degrees, and the term congruence. Okay, so we have here, say we have the measure of angle 4 is 67 degrees. I'll help you find the answer. Vertical angles or opposite angles are equal. So, therefore, the measure of angle 2 should also be 67 degrees. Okay. And then, what other property could we use? Okay, we already used vertical angles. We could use linear pair. 2 angles that forms a line is equal to 180 degrees. So, we say measure of angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180. Therefore, we already have a measure for angle 2. So, what we do, we will just subtract 67 from 180. So, 180 minus 67, this would be equal to 3. This would be 10, right? And this would be 7. Okay, and this would be 1 right here and then 1. Alright? Okay, so therefore, this angle here is 113 degrees. And please don't forget the degree sign. Okay? And if angle 3 is 113 degrees, therefore, angle 1 should also be equal to that, which is 113 degrees. Okay? So, let's check our answer. Okay, so right here. Therefore, we're correct. Okay. Alright. So, see that we're correct. So, angle 3 is 113 degrees. So, this should be 113 degrees. Okay, there's an error here. It's not 117. Alright, let's continue. What about here? So, the given is angle 1 is 23 degrees. So, if this is 23 degrees, then angle 2 is 32 degrees. Okay? These are the given. The ones drawn in green are the given. And then, let's find the other measure of the angles. So, let's use, opposite angles are equal, right? So, therefore, if this is 32 degrees, then this angle right here is also 32 degrees, correct? They're opposite. Angle 2 and angle 5 are opposite angles. And then, let's use another color. So, let's have, so if this angle is 23 degrees, alright, so opposite angle, this should also be 23 degrees, correct? Now, how will we find the measure of angle 3 and angle 6? So, what we do, we apply again linear pair. from here, from angle 5 covering angle 4 and angle 3, that should form a line that should be equal to 180 degrees. So what we do, we will add 23 plus 32, so 23 degrees plus 32 degrees, and this gives us the answer or the sum of 55 degrees. And then this angle here is already equal to 55 degrees, 4 and 5. Now, how do we know the other angle, angle 3? So what we do, we will just subtract the 55 from 180. Right? So we have here, this will be 10 and this will be 7 and 0. Oh, no, this should still be 1. Sorry. Okay, let's continue. This will be 5 and 2 and then 1. Okay? So our angle here, angle 3 is 125 degrees. Okay, so we need to always remember this should sum up to 180. 125 plus 23 is already 148. Okay, 148 plus 32. Alright, so it should make 180. Okay, so let's continue. Let's check. Therefore, if this angle 3 is 125 degrees, therefore angle 6 should also be 125 degrees. And that's the answer. Okay, so let's check our answer. So we have here, angle 4 is 23, correct. Angle 5 is 32. And the other angles, which is angle 3 and 6, is 125 degrees. Vertical angles is very helpful. Okay, let's continue. So we have more examples right here. So let's skip that. So you can use that for your, you can try answering that. So this should be the answer. Okay, so try answering and check whether you get the same value. Okay, comment down below if you got the answer right. Okay, so we have here some practice. Actually, I will just give few answer. So we have here, what's the missing angle? What angle pair can we use? We can use complementary angles, correct? So this should make 90 degrees, right? So therefore, you subtract 90 minus 36, and that would give you the answer, which is 54. Alright? Second is, we have here a variable added. So what we do, we just add 2x plus 3x. So 2x plus 3x should be equal to 90. Then isolate the value of x. So therefore, we can combine this. This would be 5x equal to 90. Divide both sides by 5. Divided by 5. Therefore, x is equal to 18. Okay, the answer of x is equal to 18. Right, so we're only solving for x. So there's more examples to that. This one also, it's complementary. Add them, equal to 90. So if you do that, the answer will be equal to 20. Alright, so let's have some others. We all have this. This should sum up to 180. Okay, so this should sum up to 180. Then what should be the answer? We will just subtract 180 minus 168, and you get 12 degrees. Alright, most of the figures in geometry are not drawn in scale, so you have to be careful. Don't be fooled with a figure, but you have to follow what is the given. Alright, so there's more to that, and there's a lot of examples to that. So this one. Okay, so I'll leave this here. These are all the things about angle pairs. Hope you learned something. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned and reviewed any concept. Please comment down below whenever you have any question. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for any notifications.